I arrived here 3 years ago, still learning the language. English is a very difficult language. And you guys make English even more difficult than it should be. I don't know why. I saw the other day a person saying, don't call me he or she, call me they. And I was like, what the fuck? It took me 3 years to learn I am, you are, he is, she is. I worked very hard on this. So change your gender, but don't change your grammar, please. Not your grammar, because it's confusing. Be whoever you want. This is a free country, and this is amazing, but this whole gender-neutral pronoun is confusing for me. You know? Let me tell you a story. I invited a friend to have dinner at my house the other day. And he was like, oh, I'm bringing a friend. And I said, of course, bring him. And he was like, no. Bring them. So I bought a lot of food. I bought briskets and pizzas and pastas. And my friend showed up at my house with one person. So I said, where are they? And he said, they are here. So you tell them that they're gonna eat all of this fucking food.
My mom's sick, man. She's a Muslim woman. She wears a hijab. I don't look very Muslim, like just off look, so nobody ever bothers me about it, you know? She wears a hijab. She looks Muslim all the time. One time she told me a story. Yeah, it's like a Halloween costume. She looks Muslim all the time, you know? So one time she told me that she was driving around and a guy pulled up next to her in traffic and saw that she was wearing the hijab, and then he like flipped her off, and then he like followed her in his car for a while. And I was like terrified when she told me this. I didn't want to ask her this question, but I asked, I was like, Mom, have you ever like thought about taking off your hijab? And she was like, Malik, I would rather die a martyr than let those people change me. I was like, all right, Tupac, fucking relax. Jesus, chill out, don't talk like that. Don't wish a motherfucker would. That's exactly the opposite of what I wanted. She's nuts, crazy talk. But I was proud of her. Like, I don't want her to change anything about herself, but I want her to be safe. So it's like, what do we do here? You know, like something's got to change. Society is not going to change. So it's like, we got to figure something out. What I'm thinking of doing is coming out with a line of hate crime-proof hijabs that my mom can wear. Completely hate crime-proof, okay? First one, I'm thinking standard, just Confederate flag hijab. Because listen, that's gonna short circuit. Nobody's gonna know what to do when they see that. Next time some guy pulls up next to my mom in traffic, he's gonna be like, oh. She got us. She wore the piece of cloth that we like. And this is another one. This is a prototype. I don't know if it's ready for the streets just yet, but all white hijab, but just a little bit pointy in the back. Just a little bit pointy. Not all the way, but just deceptively pointy, just for some peace of mind.
And here's what sex is like now at 51, second husband. For me to even consider being horny, all the elements gotta be perfect. All the stars gotta align. For me to be horny, I can't be hot. I can't be cold. I can't be hungry. I can't be full. Who fucks when they're full? Nobody. Nobody does it when they're full. I want the room dark, but are you hiding? Bloodstains? I can't see shit. You're black, I'm black. I'm in a nightlight. A lamp, be able to see an escape route. It's dark. I want the room quiet, but not serial killer quiet. You ain't got no plumbing. I don't hear your fridge make noise. You ain't getting no texts. I don't hear no birds. And don't suggest that we have sex when you know it's about to rain. We're both 51. We have one good knee between us. You know we can't fuck when it's about to rain.
Our funerals is different. Any of my white friends that have been to a black funeral? One. Good job. The rest of y'all, don't go. Our shit is all day. Black people funerals all day. And I'm gonna tell you why, because black people always wanna sing at the funeral. That's like the time to let the family know you always had this talent. Black people get up there, ain't nothing wrong with singing, but we get up there and start singing shit that got nothing to do with church. But they gonna act like it's church music. My grandfather died years ago. My cousin gonna get up there, he gonna grab the mic. I'm a little hoarse this evening. I need y'all to pray for me. This was Granddad's favorite song, y'all. Shit ain't got nothing to do with church. Somebody yelled out, take your time, baby, take your time. Let him use you, let him use you. To the window! To the wall! To the sweat drop down. I got up out my seat. Oh, ski. That's my time. My name is Isaiah Kelly, man.
I do like smoking cigarettes, and people who don't smoke don't get it. Like, my friends who don't smoke are always like, is it worth it? Is smoking worth it? Let me tell you how worth it smoking is. Some women smoke when they're pregnant. That's how worth it smoking is. I smoked when I was pregnant, everything turned out fine. I got an abortion. You know, and sometimes people get mad when I tell that joke, and I just let them know that it was a gay baby. I used to tell that joke in Texas, and people would get mad, and I'd be like, dude, the baby was on my property, so I shot him. All right, thank you guys so much. I'm Casey. Thanks.
I got an Android phone. Apparently that's bad or something. Anyone else here got an Android? Just me? Yeah? You got an Android? Dog, we the most discriminated group in America. If you have an iPhone, you racist and you know it. You prejudiced pieces of shit. Dog, y'all just freak the fuck out. Every time I go in a group chat, y'all act like we're trying to integrate an all-white school. You freak the fuck out. You act like we lowered the property value of shit. Like, all because of the color of our text? That's literally discrimination. Like, I get discriminated more for having an Android than for being black. It's true. It's true. If I got shot by the cops because I thought my phone was a gun, you would be upset. But if you found out it was an Android, you'd be like, well, I'm not gonna march for that guy. I hate people with iPhones. I do. I hate you motherfuckers. I hate y'all. Y'all walk around with this unearned confidence. Like your AirPods ain't dirty. Your AirPods are dirty. Clean your AirPods. Clean your fucking ears. That's why you can't hear Taylor Swift right, you know? People with fucking Androids, we don't even got AirPods. We got Raycons. Headphones made by Ray J. Brandy Brother. You know? Anytime you put in the headphones, a little bit of the sex tape plays. It's awesome. You fucking your phone breaks, you take it to a genius. A genius. That nigga works at the mall. He is not no genius. He takes his lunch breaks at Cinnabon. And you're like, hey, Einstein, can you fix my phone? But I get it, you know? I get it. Having an iPhone, that's just a fucking lifestyle, you know? It comes with all these goddamn perks. But having an Android, that's just a fucking personality. And that personality is fuck you. That's what that personality is. Because here's the real, I don't even like my phone. Nah, what I love about my phone is how much it pisses you off. That's what I love. I love that little bit of inconvenience it brings your whole fucking life. Just to talk to me, yeah. You wanna send me a high quality photo? You better email that shit, bitch. You wanna FaceTime me? Download WhatsApp, you thirsty slut. Go ahead, send me that voice note. I'm not gonna get it for 3 days. And when I do, I'm gonna respond back with a dry ass LOL. Period, lowercase, just to let you know I didn't think that shit was fucking funny. You goddamn troglodyte.
It's enough work being a woman. It's like, all we do is get ready. We all got ready tonight. We all got ready, and when the day ends, we go home and get ready for bed. Do you understand? Every night. It's an hour out of my life. When the sun sets, I just lock myself in my bathroom and wash off product with more product. And sigh myself to sleep. It's the worst. I have never seen a straight man get ready for bed. You guys just pee, pass out, wake up, and get promoted. I hate you guys. Don't clap at your privilege in front of me. You guys are the worst. It's like while the women are getting ready, you guys are like waiting for us in bed, just like kind of hopeful. You know, like maybe she'll blow me when she's done. It's like, no, I won't. I'm not gonna let you cream my face after I've already.
Hi everyone, my name's Simon. I'm from England, but I live in America. Love America, man. Love so much about America. Fahrenheit? Oh my God. Dude, Fahrenheit's the best. Because 70 degrees Fahrenheit means it is 70% hot. 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 100% hot. And if it's any hotter than that, too hot. Miles per hour, 70 miles per hour, you're going 70% fast. 100 miles per hour, 100% fast. And if you're going any faster than that, you're having a good time. All these Europeans are like, why don't you just use the metric system? So much easier if you just use fractions, learn to divide. Why can't you just divide? Last time I checked, this is not the divided states of America. This is the United States of America! And we do things to 100 around here. Our biggest bill is 100. The yards in a football field are 100. We drive to 100. We heat up to 100. Our president is 100. This! I've lived in this country too long, man. I got the haircut of a St. Louis lesbian, so...
My gym's called Planet Fitness. Have you heard of it? Oh my God. If you're unaware, Planet Fitness is a very, very fat-friendly gym. Like, the only way you can make it more fat-friendly is if you just adjoined it with a golden corral. I went there the other day. The hot guy working the counter offered me pizza. It was pizza day at my gym. I was like, no, Chad, no, thank you. I'm here to work out. He was like, no, Liz. You don't understand, you don't get it. You can take a cheat day, it's all about moderation. I was like, no, Chad. Chad, I don't think you get it. I took a cheat decade, that's why I'm here. I went to my chosen elliptical. I wanted to do 45 minutes, was my plan. 5 minutes into my workout, on the giant TV suspended above me, starts playing my 600-pound life. I know, I was like, Planet Fitness, this is good stuff. This is motivational, I get it. Guys, I went 3 more minutes. I was like, fuck it, I'm not the fattest bitch on the planet, and I left.
I don't know how you feel about raccoons. I don't like them. I don't want to kill them, but I'd like them to leave. So, or I'd like them to die. Raccoons are dangerous, right? But they're adorable, so it's tough. Like, they're very cute, but they will kill you. They're like the opposite of a possum. A possum is good, but it's the ugliest thing you've ever seen in your life. I would never say God made a mistake, but I'm gonna ask him about it for sure. So, I want these raccoons gone, okay? I don't know anything about animal control, so I called a buddy. I've never spoken with him about raccoons, but you ever just look at a guy? You just look him in the eyes. I bet you kill 40 this month. Like, he just had that look to him. So I said, how do I get rid of these raccoons in my deck? He said, do you want to do it the easy way or the hard way? That's a tough one. Let's start with easy, huh? He goes, all right, all you got to do is put a little wolf urine out there. This is the easy way. Is wolf urine. I said, I'm terrified of a raccoon. You want me to hunt down a wolf and get its urine somehow? He goes, no, you idiot, you just buy some. I think we're going to different stores. I've never been at the Walmart checkout line. I'll get a Milky Way and some wolf urine while I'm here. I go, where do you buy it at? He goes, I know a guy. I don't know if I'm trying to buy unregulated, just hand-jarred wolf urine from a stranger. And then what, I just walk out there like a priest, just... I can't believe I'm saying this, but what is the hard way? If the easy way is the urine of an apex predator, what in God's name is the hard way? He goes, well, you know how raccoons don't like cucumbers? I was like, nah, I haven't really gotten to know these raccoons or anything. Is that a known fact that raccoons, what do I do with that? Do I hit them with a cucumber? Is that what you're, he goes, no, you moron, you just plant some. So that's the hard way, is start a garden. And I guess 4 months from now, when cucumbers show up, these raccoons will be like, let's get out of here, you know? So I said, is it possible to split the difference? Something between wolf urine and me become a full-time cucumber farmer? And he goes, do you have a crossbow at the house? I was like, not at the moment, no. And he goes, well, text me your address and leave the house for a couple days. Anyway, he's there right now, and I have no idea what he's doing, and I don't want to know. But there's a genocide happening at my deck right now.
I started doing audiobooks, but here's the thing, I can't afford Audible right now. I don't know if you guys know, it's very expensive. So I had to go with this other version. It's called Scribd. $9.99 a month. You get as many audiobooks as you want. And that's a good deal, right? But here's the thing, with Audible, the author will read the book. Or like a professional voice actor. But for this one, it's just like some guy. And he's in between DoorDash runs. And he's got asthma. And you can hear it in the audiobook. But you gotta respect the hustle. But I was listening to one audiobook, and in it, the book quoted Mahatma Gandhi. And the guy that was reading it was like, and we have to remember, as the great Mahatma Gandhi once said, what we cannot do, It's like, bro, you don't have to do the accent in the audiobook, right? Like, that's crazy. Like, who is that helping right now? Like, you just improvise that? And as a brown man, I was like, damn, this is kind of racist. But as a racist, I was like, he fucking nailed that accent. And you gotta respect that.
And now my dad won't shut up about drag queens. That's the new target for the right, drag queens. They say drag queens are groomers or they're pedophiles, which is nonsense. If drag queens were fucking your children, your kids would be covered in glitter. It would be the shortest episode of Law & Order SVU of all time. They'll go, there's the crime scene. There she is. Drag queens don't deserve this shit. You know how hard it is to be a drag queen? They gotta put on fucking intricate makeup, fancy wigs, fake tits, they're tucking their dick, they're strapping it, they got Spanx and tights and Spanx. Even if a drag queen wanted to fuck your kid, you have like 6 hours to stop it from happening. Because that dick's not coming out ready to go. You understand? It's like a mattress coming out of a box for the first time. It's gotta inflate before fucking, that's the point. You want to stop pedophilia? Figure out a way to get glitter onto priests, okay? Pretend it's part of the Eucharist, the body, the blood, and the bedazzlement. I know not everyone likes Catholic Church jokes, but like their victims, they never get old.
I am looking for peace of mind, man. I've been going to a therapist for 4 years. I think it's a scam. At least I don't have a good therapist. Cause I didn't get referred by a doctor. I just went online. I just Googled help. Please help. And then it took me to a website, and on the website it was like, write out a list of your problems so we can use that to like match you up. And I was like, all right. And I selected anxiety because that's what I was having. And then it was like, write out the anxiety, explain what that feels like so that we can use that to better match you up to somebody. And I was like, it's anxiety, it's not gonna make sense. But I was like, okay. I'm not as good of a Muslim as I was raised to be, but I still feel like a good person, you know? And I feel conflicted because in school, they taught us that everything is written before we're even born. Like all my decisions are made for me. So it's like, am I just doomed to make these mistakes that God wrote for me? Like what if Allah judges me unfairly? And then I submitted that. And then they were like, you should talk to Helen about this. Helen's good for shit like this. She's on top of it, trust me. And I was like, Helen, are you even listening to me? What is Helen gonna do? You couldn't have brought me like a Dr. Mahmoud El-Shabazz, somebody to just tell me to pray. Brother, your life is haram. Of course you feel terrible. At least he understands. I'm gonna be in a meeting with Helen. She's gonna be like, tell me more about this Allah character. He sounds toxic. I mean, why would you hang out with a guy like that? Who is he to judge you? And I'm like, well, he's the only one who can, so. And that's my therapist, Helen. I've been with Helen for about 4 years. And we get into arguments. Like, I'll fight with Helen because like she just tries too much, like too new age of ideas. It's not practical. This is when I knew like I have to find someone else, is when she asked me what my astrological sign was in the middle of a set. Like my therapist was like, what's your star sign? I was like, Helen, come on. We can't both be mentally ill, you know? It's gotta be... We're just two crazy people yelling at each other now. We don't need to be in an office. She's like, you're an Aries. And I was like, you're good, Helen, you're good. You can stay.
Hey everyone, I'm Irene. My pronouns are she, her. Yeah, I know I have big they energy. I know I can see this as well. Yeah, everyone assumes that I'm non-binary, which is why I'm not. So, yeah, gotta fight back somehow, right? Yeah, no, I probably am. I'm just being stubborn at this point. I just feel like if I still identify as a girl, I'm like a cool girl, you know? Like I'm a lesbian who skateboards. That's cool. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm just a really boring non-binary person. Okay, like my hair's one color. I don't have any tattoos or piercings. And I think monogamy is okay. It's not a good look for the brand, all right? They don't want me, come on. Also, I don't think I could ever come out to my parents as non-binary. They're immigrants. Yeah, they came to this country with no money. I can't come out to them as having no gender. I would be disowned, okay? They'd be like, we don't care. Just pick one. Yeah, be a girl, be a boy. Honestly, we would prefer boy. Still counts, you know? That way we can brag to our friends, right? Yeah, like our son is a comedian. I don't know, still better than our daughter's a doctor, you know? Okay, some of us got sad about a joke that doesn't affect us at all. Okay. Don't worry, guys, I made it up, okay? Yeah, I don't even talk to my dad. So...
Lady sex talks are the greatest conversations I've ever been a part of. The girl sex talk is the coolest conversation you can have on planet Earth. I've been around for a few of them. You're sitting at home, some roommate comes in wearing the same dresses the night before. Before that door is closed, someone's just like, you whore, tell me everything. All of a sudden, you're popping bottles of champagne. Everyone's got 8 blankets on, you know? Swapping tails. You learn all sorts of crazy what he smells like. Ladies, it's the one time your detail-oriented storytelling pays off. That's a good time. You get to make fun of the dude's dick. How sweet is that? How much do you love that? If a dude pulls up with some weak pipe, his life is over. Dude, he thinks he just fucked. He has no idea he's getting battle axed by 8 bitches in a distant living room. This guy's life is over. He has no idea. All sorts of dicks you get to describe. Big dicks, small dicks, soft dicks, hook dicks. You got a Dr. Seuss book full of dicks to talk about. We don't get on the phone and describe the vagina. Dude, that's not I'm not on the horn with the boys like, yeah, dog, it was dark and wet. You've seen him. We should learn to play golf. I'm not gay. You know, like it's not.
As a guy, I feel like every time I go out on dates, I get forced into ordering drinks that I don't actually like. Because I'm a man, I have to make masculine choices in my drinks too. I could never enjoy myself. I always have to order whiskey. That shit is nasty. Every whiskey commercial, they say the same shit. This whiskey has been aging in a barrel for 18 years. You know what that shit tastes like? Something that sat in a barrel for 18 years. Why are you gonna judge me as a man because I ordered a pina colada? Shit's come with pineapples, cherries. They make songs about pina coladas. If you love pina colada, I love pina coladas. My only problem with pina coladas is I feel like they never put it in a regular cup. They always put that shit in the curviest cup you ever seen in your life. Pina colada be looking like a bad bitch when it comes to the table. This for you? Yeah.
I got a temporary job right now. I'm a substitute teacher. Yeah, if you ever wanted to find out how your friends really feel about you, just tell them that you're teaching. So they'll just say things to your face like, wow, they must really need people, huh? Yeah, there's a shortage of heroes right now, actually. It's always your buddies that work in like tech sales or something. And I would never say that to them about their jobs. I'd never be like, wow, they must really need a washed up D3 athlete with a coke problem, huh? I'm doing my best for these kids, okay? I'm trying. I'm an educator. It is tough. I did a whole lesson on apostrophes the other day. I think it was all wrong. I think the whole thing was wrong. They're asking me, like, how do I know if it's possessive? I'll sound it out. I don't know. Good part about being a sub, though, for the most part, your job is just throwing on a movie and then watching the first half of that movie 6 times in a row during the day. By the time you get to 7th period, you're like, look, kids, we're starting Mulan from the middle, okay? I gotta find out this bitch defeats the Huns. I'm losing my mind.
So I got an Ancestry account. I wanted to learn a little bit more about my family history, and I ended up finding this incredible document from when my great-grandparents came over here from Lebanon in 1902. And when they got here, on the immigration papers, they actually marked themselves as white, which I thought was insane, because I don't think of my great-grandparents, Telji and Nasif Khalil, as being like white Americans, right? But I think what happened is they came here to the US in the early 1900s, and they looked around and they were like, this is how you treat your brown people. We are white. We are white, we are white. Yalla, habibti. Officer, this is my white wife, Susan. And these are our boys, Chase and Shane. Yes, my beautiful white boys love to do crimes with 0 repercussions. And over here is our lovely daughter, Allison. She is 15. She is good age for you, sir, huh? Yes, I give her to you fair price, huh? Just kidding, we are white. I do not give you my daughter. Hey, you come to dinner sometime. You bring your spices. We have none. We are white. Oh, ruffled some white feathers in here. You guys are like, we've heard of black pepper. Spicy.
I got married recently. I'm stoked about that. Yeah. I'm excited about it. I'm just more excited that I don't have to date anymore. It's horrifying, man. It's the worst thing we have to do, mostly because everyone's really judgmental, right? But like, we all think we're open-minded, but it takes just something really small to shift your whole perception of a person, doesn't it, right? Yeah, it does. I'll give you a very easy example, okay? Like, make some noise if you're like a single woman in the dating world. Make some noise. Yeah. Okay, second row here. Okay, so let me ask you a quick question, okay? Let's just say you and I were on a dating app, okay? And let's say we're having a conversation and the conversation's going really well and we're like really connecting. Maybe connecting more than you've ever connected with anyone in your whole life, right? And ignore the lizard thing, okay? Pretend like I didn't say that. But solely based off of us having like a strong connection, would we at the very least go on one date, like just to see it through? Yeah, great. Okay, now hold on to that, right? Hold on to everything. Everything is the exact same, except for now, the only small difference is that now my hat is like this. We all felt that, right? Right, are we still going on that date? No, we're not. She even answered too. She's getting involved. You said no, right? That's crazy. That's just my hat going over 2 inches. That's the only difference. Oh. Right? But we all felt it. We thought, this guy, really good guy, maybe future husband, and then all of us simultaneously thought, fuck this guy. Why? I don't know. But listen, you're all 100% right for making that assessment. Because I really do feel like a hat on a guy is just a dial for mental illness. There's levels to it, you know what I mean? Like just a little notch over, you know? Like this guy's a little creepy, you know? He's unassuming, but he might say something weird like, yo, you're really beautiful, but you look a lot prettier if you smiled more. Like, ew, what was that? Ew. Dude, full sideways? This guy's talking with his hands, you know what I mean? He's licking his lips before he says crazy shit like, no doesn't always mean no, ma. Then there's this guy, right? There's this guy, hover hat. You know what I'm talking about? This guy where you're not sure how the hat's staying on. Just perched up there like a bro yarmulke. Like this guy will confidently walk up to you at a party, call you chief or boss. And no matter what you say, he's always gonna respond, haha, bet. And actually, come to think of it, this is just Justin, like grown up. You know what I mean? And he might be older now, but he's the same dude. Because you'll go on a date with Justin, and he'll still turn to you and be like, maybe you should suck my balls. Then the weirdest thing happens, right? You get all the way back, just a straight up backwards hat guy. And this guy's actually totally chill. You can get with this guy. This guy's great. This guy just wants to watch reruns of Survivor and like smash, you know? Forward and backwards is fantastic, but anything in between, run for the hills, because that's a psychopath. 100%. I love doing this bit too, because there's always someone with a backwards hat in the audience who I can just see holding their breath throughout that entire movie. And as soon as I get to the back and I'm just like, you can fuck this guy, he's like, oh, okay, thank God. You guys have been really great. Thank you. My name's Paul Garrett.
Nice to be here. I go by TJ because I have a very difficult Haitian name to pronounce. I use my initials TJ, but my real name is Thomas Jefferson, so I use that just to make it easy for me. I don't look like a Thomas Jefferson, I don't. Maybe one of his kids, but not him, you know what I mean? All right, we're gonna get along. This is more where that came from. English is my third language. I speak Haitian Creole because I'm Haitian. I speak French because of a foreign exchange program. Called slavery. Terrible program, I do not recommend it, you know. It's too much to pay for French, it's not worth it. Try Rosetta Stone instead. Way cheaper.
I am from Ireland. I've been living in your country for nearly 9 years, and I have to say, Americans can be quite xenophobic. And the ones who are the most xenophobic also claim to be the most patriotic, and I'm like, nobody loves America more than an immigrant. We are the true patriots. I gave up affordable healthcare to live in this pyramid scheme of a country, and I'm still here. Also, America has gotten a bit worse since I've moved here. So every time I go home, I have to defend my decision to stay in this country, like I'm in an internationally domestic abusive relationship. I'm like, you don't know him like I know him. I'll never leave. I actually thought the fact that I speak English would at least be the easiest thing about emigrating to this country, but it's been a bit insulting because I found out my English is so bad that it convinces Americans when they meet me that Ireland does not speak English as a first language. Do you know how many times I've been told, oh my God, your English is so good? And I've had to respond by saying, thank you, it is my only language.
When you late 30s, you gotta ask yourself the tough questions. Like, is my pullout game immaculate, or can I not have kids? Like, either I'm the best to ever do it, like the Michael Jordan of it. Like, I should teach classes on the weekend, pelvis out, toes up. That's what it's all in your hip mobility. Either I'm him or I gotta go to the emergency room tomorrow. Talk to the experts. Is it sea moss, elderberry? What I gotta take? And then I gotta ask the follow-up questions. Is this my fault? Did I jack myself empty? Did I run out of eggs? Because I'll be honest, over the pandemic, I know a lot of y'all finished Netflix. I finished porn. That's what I did. I got to the end. I got to the last page. I've seen it all. Short clips, long clips, all the ethnicities, the step family genre. It's to the point now when I watch a porn clip, it's like watching an old Friends episode. I'm like, oh, this is the one where Phoebe gets DP'd.
And those of you that are into interracial dating, good for you. So is Thomas Jefferson. Here's my thing. I don't discriminate, okay, against money. But people always ask me, is there like a difference, you know? And here's the thing, you gotta broaden your horizon if you wanna be happy with a person. And, you know, like for me personally, when it comes to race, there's really no difference if I date like a black guy or a white guy, except for like if I take my wig off in front of them for the first time. Okay, so like, for instance, I go with a black dude, take my wig off in front of him. He's like, ooh, burr, it's cold, little Bill, and then we're having a good time. White guy a little different. We go off for the night, we have a good time. I bring him back to my place. I have a nice little cup of milk waiting for him. And I take off my wig, and he's just like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, yeah, it's a wig, sorry, boo, you know. And he's like, no, you don't have to explain anything to me, queen. He's like, but you could have told me that, you know, you have cancer.
You know what's fucked up about getting thick as a man? Nobody tells you. Don't nobody say shit. It's not like you're hanging out with your boys one day and they're like, okay, Chris, we see you. Nobody says nothing. Nothing. I'm gonna tell you how I found out. This is how I found out. I was filming season 2 of my show, Woke in Atlanta. If you've never seen it, check it out. Great show. All right. Atlanta's an amazing city. If you've never been, you should go. A lot of culture, great nightlife, amazing food. Also, the strip club capital, okay? Fun fact about Atlanta, Atlanta is the black gay capital, yes? And Atlanta gays are aggressive. I'm talking about, you be like, I'm not gay. They be like, how you know? Like, it's like, motherfucker, I think I know, all right? I am good on dick. Do you, not me. Live your life, king. Tear that ass up, whatever the fuck. But I'm gonna tell you what happened. I had just left the gym one day, right? Had a great workout. Was walking down the street, feeling confident, had my hoochie daddies on. As I'm walking down the street, all I hear from across the street is, Excuse me, little mama with the beard. Who the fuck is he talking to? Little mama with the beard. Little mama, I am a grown ass man. A little man, but a grown man, all right? A grown ass man. I had to look at my wife and say, hey, you better get your shit together. These niggas on me. They are on me. I am a bad bitch in Atlanta, you hear me? I had to look back like, who, me? Better let these bitches know, all right? That's all I'm saying. Fuck y'all, I'm going back next week to boost my self-esteem. I ain't never been catcalled before, I felt pretty. That's all I'm saying.
We did have a bit of an incident recently. I was a bit nervous about this. We had an accident, and I had to go get us some Plan B for the accident. You know, we're all on the same page. I'm saying accident, but it was an accident in the same way as, you know when you're gonna like reheat some leftover lasagna in the microwave, and you have that moment beforehand where you're like, I should cover this lasagna. But you don't, and you and the microwave decide, let's just put it in for a little bit, see what happens. And then pretty soon that lasagna has exploded inside that microwave. Yeah, that's not what we want to happen, but none of us here would blame the lasagna. Right? Because it's just really warm in there, and especially without that cover, it can just really feel the microwaves. So you're just stuck standing there like, I don't know how this happened. I only put it in for 2 minutes.
We actually, we found out that my dad had another kid, which is crazy, right? You always hear about that happening. You're like, we're not that trashy. It happens, and you're like, God damn it, dude. We found out my dad had another kid on the same day that I had to write his obituary. Yes, it's a messed up day to begin with, okay? And my mom, she throws us a little curveball, and she just goes, well, Mare, are you gonna include the guy in the obituary? I think he has a right to be in there. I was like, Mom, this is supposed to be like a loving, heartfelt. Would I just be like, Anthony Santora Sr. was survived in life by his children, Anthony Jr., Mary Lynn, and Carl? He seems nice, we just met him. We're not really sure, you know? And it's funny because they say hindsight's 20/20. So now looking back on that situation from childhood, it makes so much more sense. Because I thought we were watching shows like Maury and Jerry Springer just because we were poor and didn't have cable. Turns out, Dad was just showing us game tape.
One of the first women I ever slept with, we met at a bar, went back to my place. Her name was Keisha. She drove. Right as we're about to go inside my house, she's like, wait, I gotta let you know I'm a cop. I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, and I'm a robber. You can cuff me to the bed, you know? Take me down to your little station, right? She's like, oh no, I'm like an officer of the law. I was like, that's not as hot. But in retrospect, I should have known she was a cop. She made me sit in the back seat. And we did make love that night, but the next day I had to ghost her because I'm on the right side of history, damn it, right? I was like, Black Lives Matter, right? She's like, but I'm a black woman. I was like, and you're a cop. Way to be an ally, you know? But also, isn't that kind of the best cop to fuck, right? Like a black gay woman? Isn't that kind of the least problematic cop to fuck, right? That's like fucking a Native American real estate agent. Some of you guys are pulling back on me. That's flawless fucking logic, okay? That's flawless fucking logic.
Don't y'all miss? I miss when white people were like, white. Does that make sense? Like, right, like white. Right, dude, am I making sense? Because they not no more. Thank you, right? Social media done made everybody the same thing, and it's boring. I did a show the other night, right? I had a pretty good set. This white kid walks up to me after, he goes, hey, that shit was lit, fam. No cap. What is that? Lit, fam, no cap. Whatever happened, that was totally awesome, dude. Rock on. Right? remember that back in the day, white dudes would do like this? And then like a guitar riff would play somewhere in the room. Remember that shit? Dude, you brought pizza rolls? Like, let's bring that back. And it's our fault as black people. We gotta take an L on that one. It is. Invite any and everybody to the cookout. Oh, that white boy cool. He invited to the cookout. You can't come to the cookout, okay? I don't care how well you do the Dougie, okay? You are not invited to the cookout. We are at capacity, all right? You can't come to the cookout. Take your ass up the street to the community artichoke boil or... I'm serious, because you can already see the cultural shift starting to happen, right? Look at the NFL, right? You got black quarterbacks sitting in the pocket, white quarterbacks scrambling all over the damn place, spin moves and shit. Dogs and cats living together. It's anarchy, okay?
I hadn't cried in years before I went to therapy, man. I forgot I'm an ugly crier. That's me. And the therapist's like, no, take your time. But she's charging me by the minute, so I'm like, no, go, Reg, go. But now I don't mind the crying now. I'm used to the crying now. A good cry, you get a good cry off, you feel like you need a nap. You feel so light, you feel like you bust a nut, you like. I'm gonna go lay down now.
True story. When I was 19, I was held at gunpoint at a McDonald's. I went to McDonald's at 2 o'clock in the morning at the drive-thru, because that's what I like to do when I'm drinking and driving. Some of these are jokes. And I got my food from the drive-thru, but I could not exit because the man who was asked to pull up and wait for his food blocked the drive-thru with his car, rolled his window down, and said, "No one is leaving until I get my food first." And me and him got into an argument. We both got out the car, and out of nowhere, he just pulled a gun and pointed it right to my face. And usually that would scare me to death, but at that point, I was possessed by the fearless spirit of Jack Daniels. And I said, "Go ahead and shoot. I'm not scared, I'm from Yemen, bitch." And that's, don't clap, that's the dumbest thing I've ever said in my life. All of it. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh no. I didn't come all the way from Yemen to die at a McDonald's drive-thru. That's not the American dream. But it saved my life, because he heard Yemen, he goes, "You're from Yemen?" "I am from Palestine, Habibi, my brother." And he just gave me a hug. He gave me a hug with the gun still to my back. And then he apologized. He goes, "I'm so sorry, man. I'm drunk." And I was like, "Me too." And then he goes, "Let me make it up to you. I live 7 minutes away. Follow me home. I got some beer. We're gonna have a great time." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds really safe." 10 minutes later, I'm on his couch. And he excuses himself. He goes to the bathroom. And I started hearing him puking. And the whole time I'm thinking, man, this would be so funny if I stole his bag of McDonald's. And that's what I did. I stole it. And I left him a note that said, "I'm actually from Israel, bitch." Which technically is not stealing, because God promised me that bag 3,000 years ago. I'm Hollis Sultan. You guys are the greatest. Thank you. Peace.